Hey guys, I'm Katrina. Welcome to the first video in my Will It Pigment series. What you just saw was part of my yard. It's a jungle, I know, but it's one of the things that inspired this video series. I have a lot of irises that grow in my yard. Fortunately, at the time of filming this, the violet flowers had died. They're going through the cycle, plant cycle. So all of them, the flowers of my plants had died. So today, we're testing the leaves. I picked a few of the leaves and took them inside. You can watch how long I actually spent on the upcoming processes by looking at the clock on my stove. I tore up the leaves and added enough water to cover the leaves. Then I waited for the water to get to a boil before turning down the heat. You only want it to simmer. Every so often I did a tissue dip test to see how much pigment was going in the water. Once the water boiled down enough, I poured the colored water into a different dish. For the next part, you'll need an alkaline and washing soda. I'm using alum because it's easy to get. I ordered mine off Amazon. Alum seems to currently be the most popular for this process. Everywhere I looked, all the videos I've watched, all the articles I've read, everybody seems to be using alum, so I joined the bandwagon. I didn't wait for the leaf water to cool down because I'm lazy. Alum dissolves best in warm water, so even though this isn't suggested, I put the alum directly in the hot pigmented water. I couldn't find exact ratio recipes, so I added 2 spoonsful of both powders, then mixed vigorously. A lot of mixing. I discovered iris leaves are pH sensitive because the more washing soda I added, the more the color changed, which I didn't know that irises are pH sensitive, but live and learn. Fair warning, this combination of chemicals is a mild form of sulfuric acid. Though it won't eat through your skin or eat through anything really, it is a chemical reaction and it is classified as an acid, oddly enough. So it does have a strong smell to it, so I wouldn't suggest breathing it in on purpose. At this point, I was shocked at how vibrant and bright the tissue test was. I hope it transfers to the color of the paint. The last step to this part of the pigment making is I put 2 coffee filters into a strain thing. I found this at a dollar store. Slowly pour the mixture through and let it set until it's dry in the coffee filter. Before we go on to the next part, I want to mention this is the first video in a series. I'll get more in depth with the science in future videos, so stay tuned. Also, I'll have the alum and washing soda and things like that I didn't find randomly in a store linked in the description, assuming I don't forget. Okay, so now I'm turning my oven on to 200 degrees Fahrenheit because I read somewhere that makes the colors more intense. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's true, but I decided to give it a go and try it out. I was working on 2 pigments at once here, and I guess I will acknowledge the fact that they both look like poo at this stage. No, I'm not cooking my baby's diaper. Sorry for that visual also. I check on it to see if it's dry about every 20 minutes or so. It took about 2 hours for the one we're working on today. I let it cool, then scraped it into a clean filter. I didn't get a ton of pigment, but that's okay. It's enough for a test. I put it in my mortar and pestle and ground it until it was ultra fine, or at least as fine as I could get it. I guess I'll explain the concept of this new series real quickly. Basically, I want to learn by experimenting. What makes a good pigment? What are the best ways to make pigment? For instance, with a flower petal, would the best way to make that into a pigment be to boil it and do it this way, or would it be to dry the petals and then just ground them real finely? More on that later, because I do have an answer for that, but that's just an example. So that's what this series is about. It's just me experimenting, and I'll be explaining my experiments and how they go. And I'm starting with things that grow in my yard, which is why I'm starting with irises. Now I'm actually going to mix up some paint to see how it handles. The still you saw are the supplies that I used to mix the paint. If you'd be interested in how I personally mix up watercolor paint, I can make a video on that. I did actually mold the paint, but I didn't show it in this video. 3 days of a process and I got about half of a half pan of paint because you see it wet here, but that's not accounting for after it dries. I swatched the paint, now I'll put black tape over a big stripe in the middle and put it in the window to test the light fastness, but that'll take a few months, so I'm not going to put that in the end of this video because I don't want to wait that long to post it, but I will make a follow-up video for the pigments that I I'm thinking one video going through like 10 pigment light fastness tests or something. I'll include those results in an upcoming video though. But for now, thanks for watching. Subscribe to join along with my adventures and follow my Instagram. I'm on there more than Twitter. Twitter I'm not on very much, but anyways. And if you guys have any information on anything that I've talked about in this video, how to improve things or things you would like me to test, see if they can be turned into paint, then let me know and I'd probably be happy to test it out for you. But for now, that's all. So thanks for watching. See you guys next video.